What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Nina K. Simone, and today I'm here to review Atlanta Housewives. First, I want to say to everybody, though, before I even get started, is to have a Merry Christmas. Christmas is tomorrow, right? 25th. Okay, tomorrow. And I'm excited because, you know, I got all my gifts early, so I got to open them. And I want to show y'all my new watch. Isn't it beautiful? This camera really making it bling. It don't bling this much. This camera and this, I'm sitting up under this light. Okay, whatever. That's my new watch. This week on Atlanta Housewives, you know how we get those trailers and they kind of give us, the trailer really kind of upset me because I wanted a little more between Walter and Kenya. That kind of made me mad because I thought they was like, he was really gonna like go in on her and expose the fact that he's not really her boyfriend and all that stuff, but he didn't do it. That kind of upset me. So it opened up with let's see. The girl, Kenya, is basically explaining to Walter what happened, shading Portia. Portia is explaining to Cordell, which I can't look at him the same after Funky Dineva made that statement about him being gay. I can't look at him the same no more. I don't know if he gay or not, but I will say he country as hell. He is country. Now, so Portia saying like, y'all need to take out the trash. I told you that bitch was nutty. I added the nutty part in, but pretty much what she was trying to say. And Nene and Phaedra was getting the feel like, you know, this the real Kenya. This ain't the Kenya we seen. Phaedra still kind of like her a little bit, but they're starting to see, you know, what Cynthia was talking about, what Portia was talking about, that Kenya is kooky as hell. So, you know, Candy, which Candy is my girl, just for the simple fact that y'all on vacation and she off with Top. Okay, so in the morning Nene come in and she like, girl, let me tell you what happened last night. You missed a fight, girl. You missed a fight. She was telling how Kenya was spinning around and Gone with the Wind, Fabulous, and all of that. And I was like, Nene walked in the Candy room. What's really good? Of course, just like I was thinking, Nene really went in there to ask her why she said that Nene only does things for a motive. And Candy just really feel like she feel like you don't like her and, you know, all that stuff. And basically went back to that argument they had 3 seasons ago, you know. And when I look back at Candy hair, that short haircut she had, I really do not like it. I don't like her hair in this episode neither, but I like her better with the darker hair. That blonde got to go. So, you know, basically they, you know, need to learn how to communicate and connect. They can't see why they don't communicate and connect, but they gonna be nice to each other, at least for the rest of this trip. And Ty come in and he like, oh, y'all gonna make me cry. She like, girl, cry? Hell, you can't be no crybaby in this relationship because Candy will cry at the drop of a hat. You tried it. And so Portia is telling Cordell about how Kenya called her a bitch, and I was just like, and Cordell, he was kind of making me mad a little bit because regardless of the fact if you feel that Portia is a little bitchy and she could have or may have started the argument, you were supposed to be on her side. I mean, you want to resolve it, you know, because you don't want any issue with the guys, but to me it felt like he was talking to, like, I don't know how old Cordell is, but it was like if I was trying to explain something to my father. And then he say something back like, but I know you. Be like, I didn't like that at all. I felt like he should have been a little more comforting to the situation. That's just me. And Kenya decides to get his fake ass apology to Portia about she's sorry she called her a bitch, but she was offended because she called her a tramp. Portia's trying to speak. Kenya's like, can you wait till I'm done? And she like, bitch, nobody trying to hear that Miss America, Miss Universe ass award ceremony acceptance speech you trying to give right now. I'm not here for it. The guys in the car, they mocking them. It was too cute. They like, I was thinking that the guys, if they really wanted to have a good day, they should have just drove off in the bus and went to go play pool or basketball or whatever the hell they want to do. Just get away from these crazy women. Peter try to go in and, you know, tell them, come on y'all, let's go, it's hot in the bus. Cynthia be like, whew. He go back to the car. They like, she told Joe ass. The guys were cute. It was kind of giving me a little, what's that, why did I get married? You know how like the guys communicating stuff, it was kind of scripted, but it wasn't scripted, but it was giving me that TV show scripting. So once they get to wherever they're going, I don't even remember where they were. Kenya pulls out this book and she say this is from her good friend Vanessa Williams, and it's a book about mothers and daughters and their relationship, and she signed it for you, and I want to get this to you, Cynthia. And I'm like, this is you trying to get back at Cynthia for saying that who was first, you or Vanessa Williams. But really, it wasn't really even shade to Vanessa Williams to begin with. Simply, Cynthia was being funny because you was being extra about your title. Okay, we do know. I had to look it up too when you was like, because Vanessa Williams paved the way 10 years before me. I had to look that up. And you're right, it was exactly 10 years before you. But, you know, I feel like Vanessa Williams had nothing to do with that shit, and y'all should have left her up out of there. I know she was sitting back watching like, fuck that got to do with me. I love Vanessa Williams, and I do not like you, Kenya. And if Vanessa Williams really is your friend, you got a bad judge of character, mama. You need to, It was just shade. And I don't know if y'all noticed that the evil of Kenya get, the bigger this thing on the side of her face get. Like, she got a big ass marker size thing right here on her face, and it just get bigger and bigger the more evil and ornery she tries to get. I'm like, damn, that's bigger than what's Jim Jones' girlfriend name? Me and Mr. Jones, what's your name? I could see you, and I could see this thing right here on your face, but I cannot think of your name. It's been so long since I watched y'all. I guess because I wasn't into Me and Mr. Jones. Well, anyway, it was bigger than her thing on her face. And she was born with that, apparently. I liked what they were eating. They were eating on like a raft or something. I don't know what it was. But the water was, every time a wave would hit, the water would fly up on it. And that's cute for your feet. But when the food came, I was like, I don't want this nasty seawater in my food, you know. I ain't like that part. I was like, ugh. You got soup and your soup hot and this cold ass water flying up in your soup. You know, Cynthia and Peter, they showing a little affection. Kenya looking at them, so then she do like this. She looking at Walter. Walter, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss, bitch. You see me with my lips out like this? And you know, he give her a little peck on the cheek. And I just was laughing because that was one of the fakest reality star kisses. You know how that kiss was faking him back when Flavor of Love was on, and them girls who didn't really like him used to act like they liked him, and they gave him little fake ass kisses. That was one of them. So Cynthia and Kenya decide they're going to go off and have a little talk session. And, you know, Cynthia basically tells her that she didn't appreciate the way she acted at the Bailey agency. And how she, you know, was talking down to those girls and how it wasn't right. And she was like, because you're an actress, and from what I understand, model, you go on auditions all the time. You don't want nobody talking to you like that. And I'm like, Cynthia shaded her again. She like, girl, from what I understand, you're a model. You know that damn girl, an underwear model, Cynthia. She ain't no runway model, but she is an underwear model. And what else? I'm trying to keep up. I'm talking without my notes, but then I'm going back to my notes, so I will make sure that I won't forget anything. And she went back to how when she auditioned for Miss America or Miss Universe, she had on a ratchet swimsuit, and the people told her that she could go far if she changed her appearance. But that's not the same thing as what you told those girls. You was going in on them, and Cynthia feel like, no, that's not a good look. And King was trying to make it seem like some of them girls emailed her and said thank you. If they emailed you or tweeted you, thank you was not in the cards, honey. So, you know, then next thing you know, Kenya like, hold up, why it take you 2 months to talk about it? I'm like, oh, snap. So, Cynthia, like, I didn't know you still be around. And I was just like, shade again. Why don't somebody just fight Kenya? Because right now, I know that they're a lot older than I am, you know. And I ain't gonna lie like Portia did when she was like, I know y'all like 10, 15 years older than me. Well, y'all like 15, 20, 25 years older than me. And I know that y'all mature and y'all shouldn't be fist fighting and stuff, but I just really want somebody to hit Kenya in her mouth. Because Kenya was just giving me too much with nothing in return. if you could understand that metaphor. Shout out to Payla. Hell, I changed it around a little bit, made it more me, but it still came out just a little patty, you know? So I just was like, it's there. So they start arguing, and next thing you know, Kenya falls in the sand, laughing and shit. They like, well, they was arguing. Now they laughing. I guess they not arguing. And Cynthia throws sand on her ass and be like, yeah, bury yourself, bitch. I'm like, yes, Cynthia. I gotta say, Cynthia, you, for this season, you are becoming my favorite just because your shadiness has went up to here. You know, last season, I had a tie between Candy and Phaedra. But then when Candy started being messy, I kind of like went to a Phaedra. But this season, Cynthia, you are my favorite. And Kenya, you are my least. You have replaced Nene's old villain. You are the new villain. And Portia kept calling her Miss Raisin Face. Did y'all catch that? And it wasn't that Kenya looked like a raisin, but it's like, Portia, you're 30 years old. Can you have a better name than that? That's something my 5-year-old cousin would say. But, so, it's the last night in paradise. They having their last dinner together as a couple. Everybody is going around the room and, you know, happy that they came on a trip. And Kenya's like, oh, somebody said something about Kenya had a nice dress on. And she was like to Walter, look, we match. We've both got on pink. And Walter looked down like, because he didn't know he was matching the bitch. Or she was matching her. He like, okay. She was like, these nice wedding colors. And he's like, this is a beautiful island. We should elope. Everybody at the table is all in their business. And the thing about it is, Kenya brought all this negative attention on herself, you know, like everybody at the table slowly paying attention to what they talking about. Wish they didn't do that to everybody else, but because Kenya said all this shit about how Walter want to marry her and all that stuff, you know, they all in their business. Like, so y'all gonna get married? Peter gives a nice sincere toast where he was explaining how, talking about everybody's relationship and how he enjoyed hanging with the guys. He didn't think they was gonna be cool, but they was really cool. He really liked them, whoop-de-whoop. And then he gets down to Walter and Kenya, and he like, you know, at first I really didn't believe y'all was a couple, but, you know, Walter's real cool, so, you know, I know that y'all could work things, y'all could probably be a real good couple and all this stuff. And he like, and a little birdie told me that you had 3 days to pop the question. So now Walter didn't ask for 2 more drinks or 3 more drinks, because he like, I did what? And he said, hold on, let me stand up. Kay said we was getting married. And she was like, are you drunk? She was like, are you drunk? And he was like, it might happen, but let me go about it at my own pace. And then, it just really pretty much, Kenya ass looked like she was finna cry. She had cake on her face. Everybody was looking. It ain't surprising. Don't nobody think Walter was gonna marry her. So, you know, they kind of dropped it a little bit. So then, you know, they started going around the table on how they proposed to each other. And Apollo's was the stupidest. Don't you never put no ring in your mouth and then try to put it in her mouth. That was the stupidest one. I mean, you had a romantic thing to it, but it was stupid. Yeah, it was stupid. But, so they get back to Walter like, well, how would you propose? And he was talking about he would propose at a basketball game, which we know Walter loves to go to basketball games with underage girls. I mean, 19-year-old girls. And so, you know, Kenya leaves. She says she lost her appetite. And he, you know, Walter get up and he like, are you okay? What's wrong with you? And she like, I don't know, Walter, but we talked about eloping and now you trying to act funny. And he like, I'm not gonna let nobody pressure me into getting married. And she was like, who are you talking to? He like, I'm talking to you, and I'm not talking in a tone to where you shouldn't understand what I'm saying or be angered by what I'm saying. And, you know, next thing you know, Walt's come back out. He like, forget this bitch. I ain't got time for her to come back out. Nene asking, well, how did you tell her that he was like, how did you tell her that you guys were gonna get married? Did you tell her that? Did you give her hope? And he like, I was just saying, you know, we're on a nice island. If I wanted to get married, I might get married in Anguilla, but I didn't say like I was gonna marry her and then I was like, you know, it could be a surprise in a couple of days, but I really wasn't referring to that. I mean, like, one day, and let's enjoy these 3 days here. You know, I'm not really for the guys who don't commit, but I understand his point and where he was coming from in the situation. And then he was like, well, you need to talk, you need to communicate better, and you need to express that to her better. And I wanted Walter to say, but bitch, Nene, we ain't really dating. But he didn't do that. I really wanted him to do that. That's how I wanted the show to close. And you know, I like the fact that Phaedra, being Phaedra, she goes out and finds Kenya. She talking to Kenya. She kind of, you can't pressure no man into marrying you. If you, you know, and if you saying that you only want to date men that you gonna marry, well, you need to find a new man and all that stuff. You gotta wait for him. Apollo come out, give her a little something. And that's how the episode ended. And I don't know, y'all, I just felt like I wanted Walter to expose Kenya. I almost feel like this situation kind of like pushed Kenya out the show. I mean, I like Kenya being in the show this season because she created drama. But at the end of the day, it's one thing to be, you know, a drama queen, but it's another thing to be a liar. And I don't know if I want her lying ass to stay on the show, because I feel like she's a liar, and to stay on the show, she's going to continue to create situations that are not true. From now on, if Kenya ever get another boyfriend, I'm not going to believe it's her man. If Kenya get a job, I ain't going to believe she got a job. If Kenya buy a house, I'm not going to believe she bought a house, because she lied and said she bought a house and the bitch was renting a house. You know, she tells a lot of lies. I know y'all like Nina, every week you in this talking about Kenya, because I want Kenya to see one of these videos and to understand how she's perceived. You know, you have a big issue with the fact that you were once Miss Universe. And that's fine. You know, it is an accomplishment in its own. Okay, it happened when I was 4. Okay, I'm 23 and I don't know you for anything else but that, and the fact that you're on Atlanta Housewives. I feel that there's a loss there, and it's probably due to your attitude. Like I say every week, you crazy as hell, and I don't know if you really are bipolar or schizophrenic, like I say every week, but you should really go get that checked out. And with that, I am your girl Nina K. Simone. You guys can follow me on Twitter, NinaKaisimone. If you like the video, please like the video. It's a little icon that's, I keep forgetting, it's the opposite direction right here. Also, comment. I love comments. I love to communicate with you guys. And subscribe to the channel. It's so many people who watch my channel, but they are not subscribed to. Even my friends. Yeah, I'm calling some of y'all out who claim y'all been watching my videos, but I check my subscribers and y'all names ain't showing up. Subscribe to my videos. With that, I am out. I'm probably later on, right after this, I'm going to have the same outfit on because I'm going to do pretty much what I felt about 2012. So, peace. Watch the next video and watch the previous videos if you haven't seen them.